What's good, everybody? Will Frazier, your credit and business expert here, and today we're going to be talking about the third installment in the 10-part series, the 10 Commandments of Credit. And if you're just now, getting to this series in this video, make sure that you do go to the first two videos and watch them in order, before watching this one, and then make sure you continue to watch as we complete the series. Now, just as a brief summary of what this is about, basically, instead of trying to find the newest tips out there to try to see success or change in your credit and your finances, we're going to this old book right here, which already has all the principles that you need to be able to be successful with your credit and your finances, or to see change in those two areas. Now, if you have been enjoying this series so far, if you've been following it, make sure you leave a comment down below to let me know that this has been, beneficial to you and it has been very informative or helpful. And also make sure to put a thumbs up on this video to like it so YouTube can show it to more people. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you'll be notified anytime I release a new video like this. Now, getting into that third commandment of credit. That third commandment is going to be, thou shalt not keep up with the Real Housewives of wherever. Atlanta, Miami, California, wherever they are, whichever one you like to watch and whichever one you want to talk about, thou shalt not keep up with them. I know you're more so familiar with hearing that term, keeping up with the Joneses, but in this day and age, it's more so like people are trying to keep up with the housewives, the Real Housewives, and what they have going on, or just people in general, what they have and what they're showing and flexing with on TV. So let's go ahead and dive into the verse where this is coming from. And in Luke 12:15, it says, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisted not in the abundance of things which he possesseth. Now we're gonna go into this and we're gonna break it down piece by piece. The first part says, and he said unto them, take heed. So pay attention. So anytime you see that in the Bible, that means you need to pay attention, because what you're about to hear is very important. And then it says, and beware of covetousness. Now, covetousness, if you don't know, is the wanting of stuff, and a lot of stuff, or other people's stuff. So that's how you can look at covetousness. And the Bible is telling you to beware of it. And why should you beware of it? Because a man's life consisted not in the abundance of things in which he possessed. Now, don't get confused in thinking that the Most High God doesn't want you to have nice stuff. He does want you to have nice stuff. And if you don't believe that, whoever told you that, they lied to you. And if you believe that, you're lying to yourself, because he does want you to have nice things. But there's a difference between a person that has nice stuff and they're, grateful for it, appreciate it, and I'm glad that I am able to have these things and can afford these things. And then there's a person who thinks that the whole meaning of life is to obtain different things, different possessions. And I'm talking about, clothes, shoes, purses, cars, jewelry. If you think that the most important things in life are to have these things, and you would do whatever it takes to get those things because you put such a high value on those things, it can only lead to negative things for yourself, because you put so much value on stuff. And when you put so much value on stuff, your life begins to be filled with nothing but fluff. It's artificial, it's puffed up. It looks like you have so many good things going on, but more than likely, underneath the surface of all of that, you probably have fake relationships. You probably don't have a good relationship with your children, with your spouse, with other people, because people are attracted to you because of the stuff that you have and not because of who you are. You might value going shopping or cleaning your car and working on your car more than you value spending time with your children or your spouse. Just that whole mindset can lead to you setting up your life in a way that looks good on the outside, but it may not actually be good on the inside. And that is again why it says to beware of covetousness, because a man's life consisted not in the abundance of things and stuff. And a lot of times when you are watching shows on TV, it leads you to believe that you need to have all of these things and the lifestyle that these people have, even though your finances are not set up in a place and your credit is not set up in a place where you can actually afford those things. Now, this is where the credit is going to come into play. So, usually people don't have the money to afford, anything outside of their usual comfort zone of their bills. They may live paycheck to paycheck and they have just enough to pay their bills, get some food, and do whatever the needs are. Some people might be a little bit above that. They may not be paycheck to paycheck. They have a little bit freed up money that they can play with, but for the most part they don't have anything in savings, and they're just taking any extra amount of money that they get and they're trying to spend it on those things that maybe they don't need right at this moment. And a lot of times if we see increases like a raise on our job, or we get extra money somewhere like a large lump sum, like a tax refund check or whatever it may be, we spend that extra income that we're earning on a new bill that's gonna take away more money from us and put us right back at square one. Or if we don't have the freed up money for it anymore, that's when we start tapping into our credit cards or trying to get credit cards and get credit so that we can get more of the things that we want to get. And it gets worsened, of course, when there are people with these lavish lifestyles that you're seeing on TV, just like, the Real Housewives, and you might see them with these nice designer bags, designer clothes, designer shoes. And of course, while you're constantly seeing this and you're watching it every week, it's making you want to go and get those same things because you want to get that feeling that you feel that it's going to give you to have that, or you want to get that feeling that you believe you're going to have when people are looking at you like you have made it, or like you have all this money because you can afford to purchase those things. When in reality, behind the scenes, you may not can really afford those things, but you had some extra money to come and then you used it on that, or you got credit to try to spread out the payment on that, and now your finances are in the bind because you are still having to pay off whatever it is that you had to buy. And then it only takes one, mishap to happen, like you losing your job, or not being able to go into work, or, just different things that can happen in life that can cause you to not have that same amount of money coming in. And then because you've extended yourself so far on credit, now your credit becomes damaged, and now you're unable to do things that you might need to do because you've overextended yourself on credit trying to keep up with the Real Housewives. And even though I'm saying Real Housewives, just know I'm not only talking about women. I know there are men out there who do exactly the same thing, just spending their money on different things. And that is why this verse really connects with credit, because the way and the behaviors that people display in regards to getting in trouble with their credit can a lot of times be rooted in covetousness. And that is why it is important to think of this scripture when you're thinking about all those things that you want to buy, and you should be more so planning to get your finances and your credit in order, and increase your income so that you can actually afford those things and still have money left over. Because if you know that if you make this purchase, it's going to drain your bank account and you're not going to have any money left, or you're going to max out your credit card and not have any available credit left, then that's a purchase that you don't need to make. Because a lot of times when God does send us those increases, a lot of times what we do is we put those increases in our closet. We put those increases in our belly because we're going out to eat. As soon as we see some extra money come in, we ready to go shopping and get all the things that we couldn't get in the time period before. So we want to go get everything that we want to get. We want to go spend money, go out to eat here, do this, do that. And then all of a sudden we don't have any money left. And then you look at a guy like, hey, I kept asking you and praying to you to give me this and to give me that. Where's my increase? Where's my this? Well, it's in your closet. Or you ate it by going out to eat all the time, or something like that. More than likely you spent that increase that you did receive, that you were asking for. You just spent it in the wrong place instead of doing something with it that would more so benefit your finances, your credit, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, what you want to do is you want to avoid covetousness so that you can make sure that you're not focused on getting stuff and getting things so badly that you'll do whatever it is financially to get it, and that instead you'll have the mindset of, I'm going to get myself financially stable, get my credit stable before I start trying to invest in or pay for these things, which could wipe me out financially if I do it right now. Now, if you got value from this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up to like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be notified anytime I let out more videos like this. I thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. Don't forget to look out for the next video, which is going to be the 4th commandment in the installment of the 10 commandments of credit. And that video is going to be important to you actually building credit. So of course, you definitely want to hear that. I thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys next time.